every position. He has made the transfer to goalkeeper.
Kaka. Those are your center back and your right back. And then your left center back is Ka, and your left back is also Ka. So it's Ka.
Thank you for informing us about that, Jake. Well, it's Real Madrid, and it's Real Madrid for you as well. But we're into our 60th minute. We're into our 60th minute. The puns. See, this is my point. If you want puns and Ferguson and sports, you got to follow Jake. You will get an abundance of that. But we have to get into own goal, and I'm going to start with one that's not listed here. So the expansion teams have a little a mini lottery selection where they get to choose back and forth whether they want the first pick in the expansion draft or the allocation rankings or the super draft. And Jason Kreis, the head coach of New York City, well, he's off to a rocky start. With his second pick, he messed up. He was intending to go for the USL Pro deal, which allows you to go after any USL or NASL player who's coming up. Take, for example, Ruben, who has been named to the USA national team. However, he decided to go with the one that makes him pick either 20th or 21st in the MLS Super Draft, giving him that little advantage on a later pick. He would go on to say, "Oh, I messed up," and ask if he could change his pick back. Unfortunately, that was not an option. So Orlando City, with the very next pick, took the USL NASL Pro deal right from out of the jaws of New York City FC. It's a tough start. It's a tough start for New York City FC.
Just get on one of those Etihad planes and fly away. I'm sure your sponsors will be very happy with that.
And the worst part about that is, if you want to give a team the USL NASL deal, it's not Orlando City, because they've spent time in those leagues. They know those players. They'll be sure to use that wisely. Just for more information, the allocation ranking number 1 spot, which means first right to sign any returning MLS player or member of the U.S. national soccer team at the highest level, that went to New York City FC. The first overall pick in the expansion draft, which is one of the more valuable drafts where teams can only protect 11 players from their roster, that pick went to Orlando City. They also got the first pick in the Super Draft, which is essentially what most people have come to know as the normal draft, the draft out of college. Well, let's move on now to really bad seats. You know, when you go to a game, you expect some good seats, especially if you spend a decent amount on it. £25 a Bolton Wanderer fan spent on a ticket for the game against Blackpool. The seat, it didn't even move down. There was a pole blocking it.
Slightly obstructed view.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything from there. But then again, what more could you expect from a team that really hasn't been playing well of late and isn't even in the Premier League anymore? But they do probably have to do something about that. I wonder if he got a refund for that.
It is worth pointing out that it is a Twitter hoax. Blackpool had to go out and say the Tangerines fan got it wrong. Yes, the Bolton Wanderers, they're also called the Tangerines. That's why. But the seats are tangerine orange. They do not sell that seat. It's just sort of there, I guess, for other teams to make fun of them. I really don't know why it's there, but it is. They should probably get rid of it.
I would say so. It's just such a weird... Oh, so weird. Well, we're going to move on now to the next one. And, a big thing in the NBA is naming your NBA Mount Rushmore. Well, they've started asking players who their best 11 is. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he gave his team, and it was a normal team. It looked pretty normal. You were thinking, okay, that's okay. And then...
No,
but then you get to the left. It was, we had Buffon in goal. We had Thiago Silva. We had Fabio Cannavaro. We had, this is the funny one, Maxwell. That's his left back on PSG as the left back. At right back, Lilian Thuram. Right mid, Iniesta. Center mids were Xavi and Vieira. The left mid was Paulo Nedved, and we also had Leo Messi at striker. And, then we got the best one, and we will play the clip now for you.
And we have the other one, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the God.
In case you're hearing that, he said his last name was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the God.
Oh.
And he's just giving this big smile, and he's just enjoying it. Can we expect anything less from Zlatan?
I did not actually see that clip. I just guessed Zlatan for everyone. I'm not surprised that he picked himself, though.
I feel like if we did quick picks with him, his pick on every single pick, Barcelona, Valencia, Zlatan.
so like, if he's just picking everyone who he has played with, and he's picking himself, what is he implying? Zlatan, put it away. It's not a godlike thing to do.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end. So, Jake, any last words?
Hashtag Ferguson. Hashtag Go Bruins. Hashtag follow me on Twitter. Now, well, one more thing. I didn't get to see this last time. So, FIFA has announced that they're not moving it from Qatar. It's going to stay there because there wasn't enough evidence to move it. Isn't that everyone's excuse these days for corruption? Not enough evidence. Well, there's enough evidence to know that that's just completely wrong. If there's something you'd like to do about it, how about you boycott the 2022 Winter Olympics? If they end up being in Kazakhstan, if there's bad stuff there. The wheels are coming off, my friends. No, the 2022 World Cup. This is a question for the United States. A plea, boycott it. We need people to step up and not stand for such injustice in the 2022 World Cup.
I mean, not to get into a mini debate here, but I want the World Cup in the U.S., and though they probably should. You know what? I think if they want to expand it in the Middle East, give it to a country that isn't going to have slave labor. That's a good idea. Here's the thing, though. I want a World Cup in the U.S., and if we boycott it, and that means that we don't get one, then to everybody out there, do not boycott. I am pretty sure you want a World Cup in the U.S.
Okay, we are going to allow slaves 3 times the amount of people that died in 9/11, because maybe one day we'll get a World Cup if they die.
We're the favorites for the 2026 World Cup. Ooh, other news, Colombia wants a World Cup, too, by themselves.
Colombia, Medellin, Bogota.
I mean,
Los Metrocables.
Can we talk about this? Why not boycott 2018? Why not boycott 2018?
Let's boycott everything. We'll have the French lead us. They're very good at boycotting things. Just ask the Air France pilot.
Let's boycott life. Let's boycott everything.
Except for Kickin It. Don't boycott Kickin It.
No, boycott you should never. Don't boycott Kickin It ever.
The only thing you can boycott is the Apostles.
All I gotta say is I would like to have a World Cup in the U.S., and if that in anywhere interferes with that, I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me in the fact they want a World Cup here. Well, we are...
I'm okay if that means saving lives. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I want a World Cup. If it means people dying... I'm just kidding.
No endorse deaths. Find out on episode 8 of Kickin It.
Okay, well...
What does Byron 1 have to say?
Oh, my God. Well, good luck to Real Madrid tomorrow, taking on Malaga, as well as Manchester United as they visit Hull City. Good luck to everybody out there, no matter what team you're a fan of, besides Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, Liverpool...
Rivals with Chicago, Fire?
Liverpool, wait, I'm still going, Columbus Crew, not Orlando City. Go Orlando City. They're my new favorite team, remember that. I don't like LA Galaxy. I don't like Sounders either. I don't want any of these teams to win the MLS. No, but good luck. Good luck. It's going to be a great weekend. I think it's a really underrated slate because I think we have a lot of opportunity for upset this week. But we will see how it goes. That just about wraps it up for Jake Liker, I'm Noah Taborda. We hope you enjoyed the 7th edition of Kickin' It. It's been a great pleasure, and tune in next week when we will have Byron Tollefson back for episode 8. Thanks for tuning in.